Hello guys, and welcome back to Moto Addictions. This is part 2 of our 70cc engine transmission teardown, removal, slash installation, you know, all that good stuff. So, first things first. In the last video, I put this gear in upside down. You guys probably saw it like, really? Yeah, I did. So, make sure you have that in right side up. I'll make a note in the other video. Make sure you got that right side up. Next, you're gonna wanna make sure that you have some oil on hand because this makes this a lot smoother. And we're gonna jump right into it and start on our shift drum. So the shift drum, you're gonna wanna start with your left fork. You're gonna wanna get that on first, but before you even do anything, grab some oil. Slide it on. Okay, really nice and smooth. Then you're gonna want to line up the groove right there, and that dot, that hole right there. So the groove and the hole line up, and you grab one of your pins, and you put it in there. And then you want to slide up your fork up and down and push on that pin. See? And then it sits right in there. And now it can't move. So that sits there. Then you grab yourself one of the pins, one of the clips that hold it in. Push it right there. Straight part goes where the clip goes. So you look, that's where straight part goes in there. That's where the other part goes. Okay. And then the other side's basically the exact same thing, except this one looks, it doesn't go on upside down. Make sure you oil it up. It doesn't go on upside down, but it looks like it. So I'm gonna go like this. And just like that, goes in nice and smooth. And just to make sure, what you're gonna do is just move this, make sure it slides up and down like that. So it goes up and down. Make sure it slides like that so you know that you're in your groove. One of the pins just fell out, don't worry about that. All your pins should be in there though. Alrighty, now that we have the shift drum and the forks back on the shift drum, what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna want to, got it, ready to go? So you're gonna grab your main shaft and your right one, the one that looks like it's upside down, goes in there, in that groove. So see how it slides up and down, that's how it changes gears. And then that one has another slot. That one goes right in there as well. And then they mash and your transmission is ready to go. So we're gonna put it in the case right now. All right, also, now make sure you have your washer back on the back of your shift drum. And then you got your two, that's where your shift drum goes, that's where your counter shaft goes, and that's where your main shaft goes. And literally, all you have to do is line everything up. Make sure everything seats. All right, so after you get your entire transmission in, I've already put the neutral indicator back on, so you screw that back on. This makes it a lot easier and a lot easier to record when I'm showing you guys how to put the gaskets on, which is pretty simple, how you put the crankshaft in. So that's what we're gonna do next. We're gonna put the crankshaft in, but before you put your crankshaft in, you are going to want to, again, oil up the bearings on the crankshaft. good. Then once everything's oiled up, just gonna want to slip your crankshaft in there. Make sure you can go like that. Just make sure everything's running smoothly. You don't hear any metal on metal, like really bad metal on metal contact. Just make sure everything sounds good and all that. So you have that in. Next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna put on your gasket. That's fairly simple. You get it all lined up and stuff like that. Make sure you oil both sides. Then you're gonna wanna slap your crankcase on and put all your crankcase bolts in. Boom. Once you got your crankcase bolts in, by the way, just in case you guys didn't know, make sure you do them kind of in a star pattern. Just don't go boom, boom, boom all the way around. It doesn't give as even as a push, you know, evenly, and you don't get them, you know, and you might leak oil or something like that. Just make sure you start like here, here, then go like here, here, there, there. You know, just kind of have it kind of in a starish pattern, like you put on a tire on a wheel. A tire on a wheel. Like you put a wheel, like you put, do it like you put a tire onto a car. Wow, that was hard. All right, so for the reassembly of this side and clutch side. All right, first things first for this side, you're gonna take this, oil it up. Just like everything else you're doing here, just because it makes everything go a lot nicer. You're gonna oil it up. And you're just gonna go ahead and slide it in there, just like it was before. Shouldn't be hard to get in, and it should sit there. See, you go. It sits right there. Right now mine's a neutral, just to make sure you know it's easy. It's easy like that. So it's a neutral, and then you can shift through your gears. But there you go. So you got that in first. Then you're gonna grab your plate, your star thingy, and your bolt. You are going to put your plate on, line up with the two holes. Grab your star thingy, line that up as well, and then you're going to grab your bolt, just thread it on in. Right, so then you want to tighten it up. Then go ahead and tighten it up. Take this, tighten this, and it helps if you grab yourself a wrench, put it on the neutral indicator, and then go opposite ways. So you get it nice and snug. You don't want it too tight, just nice and snug. And you got that on. Then you have yourself this little arm that helps you stay in gear, select gears. This arm, a spring, and then the bolt that goes on this. So what you're gonna wanna do is this part of the spring, this little hooked part, goes, so that goes behind here, and then the hook part goes in there, and then your bolt goes through the hole. So slide it on, and it's gonna be tilted up and not on all the way. You just want to get your bolt threaded, and then you can move it down, because it has tension on it because of the spring. So get your bolt threaded partially, and then you're gonna move it down into one of the spots on the star looking thing. So get it there. You might have to shift gears a little. See, there you go. Move that. Move that into, right now it's in neutral. You can grab your wrench. And that is all there is to the removal, disassembly, installation, and all that good stuff of a 1985 ATC 70 engine. Thank you guys so much for tuning into Moto Addictions. It means a lot to me. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, drop a like, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.